I'm pretty near ready to throw some gasoline on this thing and just set her ablaze, have us a little international bonfire perhaps.
Warning, we're just having fun. If you take stuff too serious, this channel may not be for you, buddy. Man, oh man, here we go again, guys. We are back into another week here at the Puddins Fabrication Shop. And we're gonna do a little fabricating this week, actually. Kinda, sorta, not a whole lot, but slight amount required to achieve what we want to achieve. I know what I want to achieve. I want to get this damn thing out the shop. We're close on it. I think we'll probably hop on it next week. But we got some figuring out to do this week, and it may be, yeah, anyhow, we're gonna mess with the old 59 International. We bought this thing, we got it running. She's a 59 B100. She's got the first year of the V8 engine. She's got a 266, and she seemed to run good. I made a deal on it, but she's had better days, guys. See that old leaf spring pack all busted up? Can you see how tore up our drums are from the back of this thing? Can you see how there's a whole nother chassis sitting behind the truck now, guys? And yes, that is an International chassis. I'm gonna tell you how we got there, and yeah, right after a quick word from this video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by puddins.fab.shop. We're here at puddins.fab.shop. We don't believe in just taking any sponsorship we can get. We only do sponsorships with the people we like, so we have very little sponsorships, if that makes sense. So if you want to help support Puddins.fab.shop, all you gotta do is go to puddins.fab.shop and buy some of that merchandise. When you purchase that good quality merchandise at the puddins.fab.shop.com, well, you're just supporting a man and his family chasing a dream. We appreciate that support, just like we appreciate y'all tuning in to watch, guys. Just watching, commenting down below, liking the video, all that stuff helps us grow. So from us to you, thank you. Back to your regular viewing program, paid television. Can y'all believe I had to pay him for that ad? Okay, so we're gonna do a little flashback thing to how we kind of ended up in the situation we're in. I have been playing hell, and I mean hell, trying to find our brake parts for this thing. I do not have drums, and everything on this just seems locked up. So the first thing we're gonna do on this truck, we're trying to get the drums off where we can see what all we tear up inside there, where hopefully we can get a parts list going of what we still got to get. Maybe we ain't got to get nothing. Maybe we get it off successfully and we make it work. Who knows? There's only one way we're going to find that out, and that's by just tearing into this rig. Wonder if our shop floor is wet over here. Not really. She's good enough to work on. I hope this thing didn't scratch up our paint any. Whoop! Proper floor is key to a safe work environment. Now, because our ground got soft on us, we're just gonna go with the extra safety stands here. Safety. Do a little tool shopping here. Nope. There it is. I don't know this drum puller will get on that. I really like this style of drum puller when it works. Hopefully we can get that hooked on there. Basically, I like anything that involves a ratchet strap. You already knew that. Our socket size, we're about oh, she must be a true 1-incher. Yeah, that's a whole 1 inch of hold on, buddy. And if I can be honest with you guys, I'm not much of a weatherman, so I don't pay attention to the weather. So when that storm come in, I didn't know it was coming. So a lot of the tools are still in the back of that truck, so hopefully they were half protected. I can't believe you left your tools outside. He don't respect nothing. He left tools outside in rain. If I knew someone who left tools out like that, I'd put a foot up their ass. Calm down, y'all. They're not your tools. I didn't leave your tools out there. People make mistakes. How come I feel like we're about to break all this? Now, my hand tools had to ride it out back there, but all of our power tools, at least I was putting it in the half hole here. So she's GUD. Oh, she's good to go. Be sure to store your looby dooby in your near steel rim. And keep a can by your back fender. And we forgot a hammer. Start with this one. We might need this hefty sucker. Don't tempt me with a good time. So first, just to let her know we love her, we're gonna start with some love taps. That sounds nice and solid. That's good. I reached in here and asked that adjuster if it wanted to turn for me. All it did was laugh at me. Speaking of laugh, look how International mounted them shocks from the factory. 3 pieces of sandwich 1/4 inch with a stud. Hell, she'll hold. Lock and load, baby. Yep. Gotta get our cotter pin out the way. Put a little lubrication up in the situation. Well, there's the curveball we weren't expecting. Shit the bed. Well, I think it's time for some custom tooling. I think about an 1/8 inch on each side will get us. Of course, our little keepers here. Shoot, that thing ain't even tight. It wants to come off there. That one unthreaded by finger too. You ain't gotta beg me for some modification. Hell, I give it to you. Man, that sun feels good. That's where it's at. Kind of eyeball us a distance here. So I got that one ground out. Now since this thing pulls back into this, we want this side to match pretty damn close. Now we're not going over the top here. When your eagle eye is good, it's good, guys. We're doing her by hand, so it ain't like it's perfect. We're doing it by CNC. That means cannot control. I cannot control it and keep it perfectly happy. A little more looby-dooby on our threads. That's never a good sign. I think we're doing nothing. Guys, that was flexing this whole drum. This whole thing's warped like hell, guys. There ain't no way we're gonna be able to salvage these. You can basically say everything is in a tip-top shape. As in, none of this is probably going to be usable. That thing's gouged so deep, you'd turn away half your drum anyhow. Get. Yep, that escalated quickly. This sucker is so stuck that, one, she's plumb tore up, but two, yeah, it's still attached really damn good. Now, usually, when I build something, I update it. We get a newer rear end, newer front end, then you can get parts for the stuff. But thinking about swapping and not wanting to do it like a crazy build right now, guys, I've got that full rolling chassis. I think it rolls, oh, excuse me, out at my dad's house. And I'm wondering how much of it won't swap from it. It's a little newer. Maybe we can get some parts for it. Maybe we can just swap all that crap from it to this one. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't. I don't know. I ain't even got this damn drum off yet. Look who we finally got off there. And we are going to pull off and save as many of these little springs and pieces that we can. There's one pin. That rusted springs in tip-top shape. We can line them back out if we need to. Oh, that rear end sure seems crunchy. You can call me Nostradamus because I predict these things. That sounds pretty terrible in there. Maybe we do good by swapping in a rear end. I was not planning on this being Operation Save a Chassis, but now it is. Now luckily we got Slick 50 helping us. So we're going to gather up what we need to gather up, and then we're going to take the tow roll on a little adventure. Now I don't know how many tires out there are holding air. This one has air, so we're gonna rob it since we're here. Careful! Oh, truck just come off the stands. I didn't know where Slick was. That scared me for a second. Damn, that's what she'd look like body drop, Slick. We didn't even touch a fender. She's golden. No risk, no reward. Oh, just beautiful. That settles it. We gotta lower it now. I need to grab some straps. I don't remember how the steering is. I don't know if we're gonna be able to steer that thing or not. I really don't know what we're getting into here. Yeah, it may be the tow rolla's last hoorah. Now this should go nice and easy since we have the ultimate recovery tow strap. She can handle 13,000 working loads, and she's gonna break at 40,000. I don't know, guys. Someone sent it to me. We'll give her a try. Well, we made her out here anyhow. Let's see, our driveway's in tip-top shape. I don't know, man. Even if we could get the chassis to the bottom of this hill, I don't know about making it up it.
I think we moved the corner. I doubt we make it up. We can try.
We ain't gonna get too ahead of ourselves here. We're gonna start with getting it out of the bushes down here first, and we'll go from there. I was not planning on doing all this today, but bless you.
Thanks.
I like doing these adventures, guys. Yeah, can't see it. There's an armadillo in there. Just remember, if you made it to the wheelchair, you've made it. Hang a left there. Oh, yeah, she may be in some brush, Slick. Slick said maybe we should have brought like an axe or something we could cut with. And I was like, nah, it ain't that bad in there. Oh, is she fancy? Damn right she is. Matches the ratchet strap, baby. Free lanyard.
Is that what it is? No, I think one of the...
Oh, dang. We just lost half our pulling power because that strap weighs so much. I may have forgot the part that I usually hook on down there that we can hook other stuff to, so we'll just rip our whole tow bar setup off. That's good. That's good. Probably just have to pull forward a hair. That one looks like it still has air in it. She's flat but kind of up. That one I think still has air in it. Them not looking so good. I think we unloaded this from the trailer and it rolled off, so it was a roller. It was. That don't mean it is now. It don't mean she's got enough to ump her around. I'm gonna try to straighten these out just a little bit. Not today, I'm not. Yep, I don't believe we'll be turning anything with this. This is what happens when you bring a tow roller to a tractor fight. Holy cow. Dude. Yeah, that's all we can do is tug on it. Jack it up. Nope, all we can do is tug on it. Let me make sure it's in neutral.
It's in there.
Give it another. It thought about it. Oh yeah. We popped her up out of there anyhow.
Oh.
Dang right. Guys, you just gotta work it, not let it take no for an answer most of the time. Just mash it. We're definitely gonna rip off our welds. I think we have the possibility, ow! I think we may get it out of there. Obviously going through this is just asking for problems.
One more.
Yeah, that was a yank.
I was trying to baby it.
This tow roller don't know what babying is, buddy.
Almost.
Goddamn thorn in my head. Some sawbriars will get you. Watch out for flying straps. We're just gonna have to yank it like this till we make it to the very top of the hill.
Oh.
Is she holding or not?
It ain't looking too good. I don't think it's supposed to be bent over like that.
We're gonna have to do a little restrapping here. Something had to pop loose on her, guys, because she just, once that yank, it started going. I mean, hell, you know them shit diggers don't play. So we were spinning tire. We went up old Bumpy here, and holy hitch. Hey, she's tow ready, baby. All right, now that we got her up here in a little more workable spot, we're gonna see what we can inflate. We got one spare, so we're gonna see if we can get it to roll even better. You never let me down, old girl, do you? Now we keep that Jack and Looby Dooby back here. Oh yeah, teamwork. Don't always make the dream work, but it does save your back sometimes. Damned old Hercules. Boy, someone needs to clean this work truck out. Surely it ain't leaking right there.
It's just round again. Okay.
This side's taking none, so we're gonna swap it. This side was left hand? No, she took a little too. Luckily, we're gonna get a real bad one replaced anyhow. Get our sticks off here. Ain't no sense in dragging them all the way home, I reckon. Well, I guess now that we can look at it too, let's look at our bushings and stuff, guys. That stuff, at least, you know what I can see so far, everything looks a lot cleaner. Shoot, she's got some good shocks. We may have to swap over metallic blues. I don't know why International had about 12,000 holes in their frames, but don't worry about that. Actually, I think International made the same chassis for just everything, so everything could bolt to everything. That don't really make sense, but I know what I'm saying. I think every International chassis has some booger weld on them shock mounts. I think so, man. This stuff's in a lot better shape than the 59s. To be fair, the 59 set the standard pretty damn low, so it ain't hard to beat, but hey, we'll take anything we can get here. So we got over hill number 1, but we still got hill number 2 and 3, so I think we're just gonna give her some more tug jobs that way. It's called steering, sir. Here we go. Now guys, when you get up around here, you gotta be careful. because if you're not paying attention, you'll come back here and you'll run over one of the shitters, and you don't want to hit the shitter. So as y'all could imagine, steering this thing and navigating it where we're going could be tricky, so I think we're just gonna kind of go for a little more of a tow truck approach, reverse tow truck option. They were in the reverse tow truck on the play. Here more. That's good. Oh, here more. There we go. I don't know if the front's gonna handle it, buddy. Just strap her up tight, she'll ride. Old Torola, she's a lot of things, but one thing she ain't right now is very happy with me. Coming down.
How do you think it'll go?
Shoot, she ain't rubbing too bad. Hey, don't go too far until I get this damn jack. I don't want to have to huff it there. She seemed to handle it. We're gonna try to help her a little bit. We're gonna at least pull our wheels and tires off. There's no way them welds aren't holding on for dear life. Ah, y'all see that? That's a rolling brake drum right there. And we only got one ratchet strap, and right now we could definitely use two. So we're gonna have to get a little creative. Now ideally, we'd like to get our weight back here off of there, kind of helping us a little bit. Some people go to like Disneyland for fun, guys. I can come out here and have a freaking blast with this crap. Found us some rope. Didn't find a strap yet. Anyone need a little whisk broom? Dang it. All right, we can't find another strap, so we're gonna do our best tie job with the rope here. Were you a Boy Scout slick?
No.
Me neither.
I can make it to where you can't get it undone though.
Good enough. It'll ride or it won't. Got her?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take that from her welded on roof rack down to there, and maybe that'll help us from
it's working.
ripping that plumb off there. Now you don't want your strap getting everywhere, so just tuck that right there. That's a holder. That's working way too good.
Looks like this side's farther out than that side. Did it break?
Yeah, I think that may be breaking.
Oh boy, here we go up the hill. We lost the tires. Come on, old girl. We're almost to the top. Oh, lost another tire. Come on, baby. She's struggling, but she's making it. Oh, we made it!
Many have doubted her, but time and time again, we just keep proving them wrong. Shout out to Slick for riding the roof rack. Hey, she's still on. That's all that matters. Guys, it made a point where when we were in that mud where I thought it's about to stop, and in good spirit, that chassis just was like, we need to ditch weight, so it threw wheels off the back and it got us going again. I don't think people ever can tell how steep this damn hill is, but it's all of it.
Like 45.
Yeah, for sure. And it's perfectly level too.
Yeah. I got kind of worried right here when we hit that bump. I was like, whoa, I gotta hold on.
Old pesky rope will let you down every once in a while.
Yeah, bro. Hey, the knot held.
Good job, Slick. Slight little workout action. Rubbin's racing. Yeah, I'd say she's broke something. Next, we need a trailer. Yeah, we should have just brought it behind the tow roller.
Let's see if we can get this thing back up on all 4 jack stands. Now that I got it somewhat level, I'm going to move the jack stands out from underneath the axle and put them under the frame, and then we'll work on the front.
Let's go pick up our hard-earned, and I mean hard-earned, chassis.
Oh!
Shook out a donut.
She's good now.
She's a winner. Well, hey there, old girl.
Look at the wear mark on that drive shaft.
Oh yeah, we turned her down a couple thousandths. So, that day, we got the chassis here, and I had my parts people start trying to chase down some other brake parts. Now, we got some brake parts for one, we got some brake parts for the other. I don't think we have complete brake parts for either one, and I think they're different. Now, I can't leave crap alone, guys. Let's just say that. What I mean by that is, when I bought that thing, I was like, shoot, it runs so good. Just if we could get the clutch working, we could get the brakes working, where it could just, we can just put it around town. Take her up to the Taco Boy for a burrito, okay? We ain't trying to do no cross-country road trips. Just she'll put her around town and make it back home type thing. Just for now, till we build it. But till we build it could be a couple years from now, so just for now. Well, of course, she's got the busted leaf spring, so we're gonna have to swap a leaf spring. Then the brakes are messed up, so then I think about swapping all that stuff over. And then I had the steelies blasted. They're just gonna be painted white. We're gonna do our white with the dime white like we always do, right? Well, then local, a set of used white walls popped up, which is just perfect for what we're doing on this thing. And man, oh man, if a black steely with a fat white don't get you excited, like, guys, that is a good looking setup. And any good looking shop truck on black steelies with a fat white wall, well, it's got to be lowered. Now, when I say it has to be lowered, I mean I prefer it to be lowered. And I'm figuring, since we're swapping this and that, again, keeping it budget friendly, we're not going to clip it or do anything crazy. I just figured if we could do some axle flipping and get it dropped down. That was the long way of saying we're going to flip the axles on this thing, because I can't leave crap alone. Now, I still don't know how well that stuff's gonna even bolt underneath the 59, but what I'm kind of thinking is, we'll take that old tow roller, and she had a rough week last week, if you can't tell. Be sure to check out that old junkyard crawling video. She earned her keep then. We'll take it. We're gonna drag that whole chassis up in here where we're in the shop to work. Since we'll have a whole chassis in here, we'll use it kind of as a jig so we can flip. That's how you flip stuff. Them axles in here. Once we get it flip-flop to that, then we can pull stuff back off and try to bolt it to that. Bring here, flip that, undo that, take there, maybe make work. It'll work or it won't. Slammed on black steelies with white walls are gonna look good, guys. Black steelies, white whites, drop down with a little tainer sauce. Come on. You gotta get excited at that one, guys. here at Tow Services, if you've got a project that needs a moving, we just hook that SOB to the tow rolling. She'll get to grooving. You know, double knot it like you're going on the damn playground at recess. Tow roller did the hard work. We'll bring her home, bring her in with a little elbow grease and oh. So now that we got her in the shop, guys, we're gonna just dive right into the front. And what we're trying to do, okay, this is gonna be a little fun, a little tricky or something. We're trying to get our axle, instead of being on the bottom side, we want it on the top side, because you see that distance. We're gonna get a lot of drop doing that. Now, should I look underneath that International and even see if we've got room for drop? Maybe look for a frame and a oil pan, or don't worry about it, guys. We'll just go after it. She's about 2 inches, factoring the axle, flipping from that side to that side. If we get this flip-flopped, we should get about 4 inches of drop. For a little disassembly action, I think we're gonna start with, we're just gonna cut these brake lines. We ain't gonna, or brake hoses, we ain't gonna use them. Get our shocks off, and we may want to separate that. So we're going to start off with the brake hose disconnecting tool and a can of looby dooby. Throw them on the ground like a badass, but then pick them back up and just take them to the trash can where you don't make a mess. Time to hit her with the looby. Oh yeah, get her sprayed down all real nice like now. As I've been remembering, I have been spraying some of this stuff, but I ain't the best at remembering, so I ain't been spraying a whole lot of stuff. Get the old impact motivating machine on her, see what happens. Doing crap like this, like if you told me cut the whole front of this frame off and graft on something from a later model, I'd say okay, and we'd get right after it. Doing crap like this is more intimidating to me because I never even do it. Not intimidating, I guess it's just more, it's more uncharted territory. You know, heaven forbid we use some of the factory stuff and not just build everything. Had to use the old pipe wrench on that bad girl. She's been a little ornery. Had to get the pry bar after her. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We're gonna heat this baby up because I don't know if we've got to reuse that or not. There she went. Y'all like pickles? Yeah, we got to use old pickle fork because, as you can imagine, that thing don't have much support out there. So hammering down on it or tapping on it was just moving everything. And yeah, anyhow, that seemed to work pretty good. We're just gonna kind of swing her up out the way for now, or we'll probably run into that with our leg and hurt ourselves. So you want to zip tie it in place so when you do run into it, it has no give to it. Perfect. Anyone else need a slicing? All that crap is just kind of up around our leaf springs and whatever. I don't want to start flip-flopping, undoing stuff and just be fighting this bull crap, so whew, just get her out the way. Next thing we're going to check is what size we need for these U-bolts. Maybe a 5/8? Maybe. Oh, 5/8 will do her. coming down. Got our axle out, and that wedge was also our shock mounts. So it looks like that's all built into one. Get you a shock mount and get your caster at the same time. Kind of giving her the eagle eye, trying to, you know, rack some ideas in my brain, figure out what I want to do. That caster plate may work, but since we are just kind of passing through, I started looking at our design right here, because that all just sandwiched in there, right? So what if we did something very similar with this 3/8 plate, and we cut her to about that length right there, and we just notched it in a couple areas where when it was down here, our U-bolts could slide past. She's gonna have to have our center hole too, because this is gonna end up being the piece that sits right here. I think that's what I want to do. I'm trying to picture it in my head, so it's hard to explain, but as we get going, maybe you'll see what we got going. Quick little cleanup there. Let's go for our first little mock-up action. First, we want to make sure that's going to clear, and it will. Then we want to line her up and make sure our U-bolts would clear, and they look like they would, no problem. So that's good. All we need is another one. Yesterday, I did make another one. That's what we got right here. And I kind of had to run, guys, but what I still managed to get did, we dropped our leaf springs. We've got our axle kind of flip-flopped up in here. And then right here, see how our axle always kind of comes to a point? I ground us a flat spot there. Of course, I did that on both sides, and I cleaned our front edge because that's where we're going to end up doing a little welding. I couldn't get any more mock-up done because I didn't have the proper U-bolts. And luckily, I found us some last night. Now, these are slightly bigger than what we took out. These are 1/2 inch. I think the old ones may have been 7/16. So we're having to do a little drill in here, and it helps if you turn that the correct way. But I already drilled this side, and I know it'll fit like so. So let's get that side. Don't be scared to give her a little around the world waller. Then we want to try that on for size, and she's good. So now we're going to put our plates down. I'm going to flip that axle over. We're going to start messing with U-bolts and stuff, and we're going to see if we just can't get this thing mocked up where I'm happy with it. Guaranteed to be a lot more work than what it just sounded like. Our U-bolts are going to work, except they're entirely too long, which is fine. We're going to trim them down. Though intimidating, cutting a U-bolt is far more simple than most folks think. Here's my simple steps to help you successfully cut a U-bolt. Step 1, mark where you would like to cut. Do note this first mark is simply where we know where to run this nut down past. Next step, run down your nuts. Hand cranking your nuts is simply a thing of the past, guys. Simply turn on your wire wheel and let it do all the work on your nuts. I know it sure speeds things up. Now, you want your nuts on, so when you cut that, you can back your nuts off, and that'll clean up your threads, ensuring a perfect start every time. After you slice it, simply back her off, and you are good to go. Now, after cutting all 4, you're ready for mock-up. As you see, start that nut back is no problem. Perfect. 30 1/8, 30 1/16, 21 7/8. 21 15/16. So we know front to back, this baby is within a 1/16 of each other. Our side to side can't really be off because our U-bolts and leaf springs aren't really gonna allow that. So there's one last thing that you kind of want to factor in here, and that's a little caster. Caster is this axle actually leaning back some. You gotta have caster because when you let off the steering wheel, that's what kind of helps correct you back to center. You know, when you let go and whoop, 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 there it goes. So before I pulled any of this apart, I checked this frame when it was at 0, and I put this on our axle, and we only had about 3 to 4 degrees of caster. Frame's running uphill about 2 degrees now. So if we want 5 degrees of caster, then we need a total on the axle of about 7. And I've got her sitting right at 7. I did jack up this side to get our frame sitting side to side level. And if we check this side, we've got it sitting at 7. And that's why it kind of took a minute to get all this mocked up. We tightened up the rear bolts more, where it kind of pulls it down. Now that we got it all locked in where we wanted, we can look at preheating that sucker and welding it. And yes, this axle should weld. One, guys, with that locked down, I don't think that axle's gonna move. I don't think the U-bolts would allow it, but that should be a steel forged axle, I believe. So we get enough preheat in that sucker, and I'm just gonna throw a bead down front and back on it. I think that's all it's gonna take. So we're gonna see if we can't work our torch in there to get some good mean preheat going. Just found some numbers on our axle right there. We're gonna get her grounded and ready to weld. It's fixing to get spicy in here. And I should have put a new tip on that before we started. Are you shitting me? I did that whole other side. I thought y'all were watching. Apparently you were not. Shoved a couple of my welding gloves, and I forgot I had a fire suppression blanket, so we're gonna use that as our little insulation there. Front side welded beautifully. Back side I kind of struggled on, mainly because my old auto darkening helmet's messing up. So I was going and they quit darkening, which means I was kind of doing the old squint safety eye, trying to make it through. Anyhow, let's knock out this side. We're welding steel forged axles, Bill. Will she hold?
It'll hold. They're forged. They love to be welded.
Next we're gonna hit this with the welding glove insulation kit. Where I find all the U-holes, Bill. So there we go. I closed that door down to cut out the breeze. And this is gonna take a good little while to sit here and cool off, which is a perfect time for us to get some Taco Boy. She still warm, Bill?
A little warm.
Well, it's been at least an hour. Yeah, at least an hour, and she's still warm. I may have got her a little toastier than I realized, but that's probably good. We got to get the old stuff out from underneath the truck, the 59 that this is going underneath. So hell, we'll head to the back and start doing a little stripping back there. Yeah. All right, we're gonna try to get her up off the ground. Hopefully this time I don't flip the damn thing. We don't want to pull her off the back ones. Taking the shock off is going to be easy. We got that done. We're basically doing the same thing. We're going to get shocks. I noticed this is a little different, so we're going to have to do a little, you know, figuring out there. But I guess if we could cut these, the shocks, and get the leaf springs out, whoop, she'll come out from underneath the truck. And that's one way to do that. Holy cow, there's one. I ain't got a shoulder left on me. Should try that technique a long time ago. Jack her up to get a little weight off of it. Then a couple love taps from the backside as you pry on it, and whoop, she'll come right out. We will. This side, we're pretty well doing the same thing. Just gonna see if we can get this dropped down. Got her passenger side dropped out. Now she is a pain in the hiney. Took me about 4 times as long. We're ready to drag that old crap from underneath there, so I'm gonna grab the old tow roller, let her do what she does. That old tow roller, she can snake in and out of places that most vehicles can't. In the scrap she goes. I reckon that's one way to get her done anyhow. We can unwrap our surprise here. It's finally cooled off all the way. You can see our old weld right there. Yeah, she welded good, guys. Unwrap this side over here, and yep, she welded pretty good too. I ain't mad at it. Hopefully that V8 engine and the truck and all the way to the body and everything, hopefully we get her dropped down where we're happy. More out today, guys. This is whipping me. Ain't nothing a little cherry limeade won't take care of. Well, I was hoping to have all this done today, but it's about time to go in and play with Hot Rod now that she's home from school. Somehow we done flip-flop that over, and I heard a little pop and stuff, kind of. Yeah, there's what happened. The single ratchet strap on there probably wasn't the greatest idea. We usually go from there to there, but you know, I wanted to test her for durability. You may say, obviously it's not durable, but it's still holding on, ain't it? Ain't it? Durable. Oh boy. We're gonna have to pull them wheels and tires off and see if we can get her slid up underneath there. I'm gonna slide our shop floor underneath there. Maybe it'll slide easier on our old shop floor. My back's about done for the day, so like Adele said, go easy on me, baby. Go easy on me, baby. My back is screwed. I've done more than I can do. We're close, so we're gonna start with trying to get our bolt up in there. Of course, that's a nice theory, except the bolts we beat out of there are just absolutely mangled. It's all right though, because we'll just we'll chase these threads. We just need 2 good ones, so we'll do a little thread chasing and a little shank cleaning. You want a nice clean shank. Got number 2 all spit shined up. Let's see if we can get these babies on. Yep. Yeah. We got good news and we got bad news, folks. Good news is this SOB bolted right into place. Bad news is I ain't staying out here any longer. It's time to go play. We've got a good news, bad news situation. Good news number 1, driver's side went together. Good news number 2,
Hot damn, that looks good, don't it? She is slammed. Let me show you the bad news. Bad news is that axle's hitting our oil pan already. Now that kind of sucks because it looks good right there, guys, but I'm not trying to have to lift that motor or do any crazy clearance in. I don't want it to be a full out crazy project. So what I'm going to try, those leaf springs are from a C900. They only had a 4-cylinder in them. So I'm hoping those are softer than what these leaf springs are that are from the Travelall that actually came with the V8. So long story short, I'm going to flip-flop some leaf springs real quick. By real quick, I mean as fast as I can. And we're going to see what it looks like after that. Hell, we may just have bad news this go around. Slap the white wall on there. I'm trying to find some motivation, guys. I'm parked near ready to throw some gasoline on this thing and just set her ablaze. Have us a little international bonfire, perhaps. So I got the Travelall spring on the passenger side. As I go to hop to the driver's side, guess what I realized? The 2 leaf springs that were off my old Travelall that we went and got, they're mismatched. So I don't know what in the international leaf spring busting parties going on around here. Did every international have a damn busted leaf spring? I don't know, guys. The V8 one did seem to help though. So I was thinking about it, and we ended up robbing the one good one we had from the factory 59 stuff. The one that used to be right here in all this dirt and grime. Look at that crap. And the shackles from the C900, they were longer, aka taller, so it raised it up some. We're sitting all right now. Probably got 1.5 inches of clearance in between there. Now all we got to do is figure out steering, shock mounts, probably find a matching actual pair of leaf springs, and redo everything that we've already done. That's good. Speaking of steering, yeah, temporarily rigged up there. So we're gonna try to get this thing in the shop now that I got old spring bouncer here. He come over and he said, well, is it hitting the oil pan? And after he hopped on it a couple times, yeah, we're setting the oil pan on the axle again. So all that work we just did absolutely nothing. That's not true. We actually did get 2 mismatched leaf springs on the front, so that's good. Just hop on in there and steer that. Feel like steering slick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just had to spin him a little bit, let her know who's boss. Here we go. Hey, if it wants to go, we'll go. We're going. Here we go. We're doing a little steering. Oh, she's rolling good now. Guaranteed to be bouncing on the oil pan. Perfect. Good. At least we got her on some concrete. Hallelujah. Be a shame if someone unflipped that axle, making the last 3 days worth of work we've done absolutely worthless. Now that's right, guys. We got to find a combination that's going to work. Basically, we're pulling leaf springs apart. Give her hell. That's one way to do her. Let that old Wilton do all the work. Hell, let Slick do all the work. Now we're getting fancy. Grade 8 hardware there.
Made a special trip to town just to go get them.
Oh yeah. And got that special serrated nut that self-locks. We pulled 2 springs out, guys, so that's kind of what we're working with. We're gonna get that one matching to that one. We're gonna slap her back in the truck. You having fun, Slick?
Still not low enough.
We removed them 2 springs, and guys, it was sitting just as low as the flipped axle. The springs were literally just reversed. So, for like the 12th time, we took everything apart and put the full C900 springs back together, just like we had unbolted them from over there. And it definitely sits lower than factory, but those springs are going like this. I mean, they are just plumb pissed. It's just a reverse spring, okay? It's fine, don't worry about it. We're hitting our bump stops. It's right there at it, so we're gonna try to trim them down and bounce on this front, see if we can't break something. Give her the bounce test, Slick.
Is that the spring hitting the spring?
That noise you hear, guys, that's just once again our axle smacking oil pan. So what I'm trying to say here is we did all this work when all we could have done to achieve this was unbolt the C900 stuff and simply bolt it right on to our frame, and I wouldn't have just wasted 3 days figuring that out. Yeah, that means them U-bolts and the flipped axle, all the stuff we did was for nothing. We're gonna shove her forward a hair. Yo! Get her chopped. Yeah, this is looking disappointing. I think that's the correct word to use. The front ain't as low as I want. We ain't got much of an option there besides create a shit ton of work that we ain't gonna do to keep all that old bull crap. We definitely could have clipped it by now. Either way, we gotta get that rear end underneath this one. We're gonna try to pull out this old one. Shocks came right off, nothing was retaining the top. Already sawzalled that brake line, so basically we got the U-joint and the U-bolts. Oh yeah, maybe some parking brake cables. We cut them too. I love internationals. I love internationals. I love internationals. I love upgrading them where we don't fight this bullshit.
Does saying I love internationals make you feel better?
No, I was trying. I thought it may help. Owie!
You alright?
The damn 5-inch drive shaft weighs about 400 pounds.
It just John Cena'd your hand.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't think wire wheeling them or oiling them would have helped, do you?
I did oil them.
Oh, okay. Not playing nice?
Now you got that wire wheel.
If you don't feel like wire wheeling or oiling your dirty U-bolts, just slap you a fresh battery on that old Ugadoo machine and give her hell. Works every damn time. Here's how to properly disconnect the e-brake. Got us a bare platform to work with now. Now we get to do it all again with this one. Damn Hollywood magic, she's pulled. No reverse.
Yeah, 40.
40?
Yeah. 39 and a half.
39 and a half. So technically, if this came over a 1/4 inch on each side, she'd be wallered out enough to work. The looby dooby never hurts. It is not liking it. Just waller out your locating pin, holes, whatever. Makes sense. I don't know why you're scared of these little weak ass springs, Slick.
These aren't the weak ones, I don't think, are they?
Yeah, they can't even hold up a damn international. We got them wallered out. Before we stab this up, we're gonna pull 2 leaves and just see what happens. Because obviously we didn't learn our lesson the first time that you should just put it together to get you a baseline and then try to modify. Everyone talks about how tough internationals are, but their weak ass springs say otherwise. We got her bolted up. A couple benefits here. One, this rear end ain't all crunchy like the one we just pulled out. Now, I don't know that this is gonna go in there, but 2, the U-joint actually feels really good, which is kind of surprising. Yeah. Is she in?
Yeah, I mean, it's
in, ain't it?
It's a little ways out, but it should, I think it'll go in once the U-bolts on there.
It's either in or it's not slick.
I mean, not really.
Oh, shit.
Now you can't get it in?
Yep. That son of a bitch is practically gonna be brand new.
This thing's practically gonna be used.
Yeah. It's practically barely gonna make it to the damn taco boy.
You good?
Oh, money right there. Talk dirty to me. Change leaf spring bushings. Be plumb filthy. I'd definitely say swapping rear ends was a win compared to everything that was tore up on that other one. So maybe we did do some good.
Bring that Oklahoma squat in 3, 2, 1. Oh, she's just a damned old tail dragger, baby. If it's a new lifted truck, you call it Carolina squat. If it's an old school custom, tail dragger, curveball. That's how you loophole around that. Oh man, that's what it needs right there. Can you just stand on the bumper as we go to town?
Got some sandbags to put in there.
There she is. An inch or two too high in the front, but that's how you make what should have been about 6 hours of work take 4 days.
When life hands you lemons, guys, sometimes you just gotta make lemonade. Hell, maybe life gives you potatoes. Make some potato soup, that shit's good. Baked potato, put a little brisket on it. Now you got a loaded spud. The point is, when all you got is something sour or something not so great, there's always options to move forward. And kind of glad this happened. That truck is not sitting how I want it. I seen it with the front slammed, and now I've got to have the front slammed, guys. Now, we know, undoubtedly, there's no combination of stuff we're going to do on this front end with the factory front end that's going to get this low where I want it, that's actually going to work and clear and function. And we still don't know if we can get them brake parts, guys. Let's cut to the chase. Is that what they say? I don't know. I may have ordered some Mustang 2 suspension for the front. But till we build it could be a couple years from now. So, you know, heaven forbid we use some of the factory stuff and not just build everything. The front ain't as low as I want. We ain't got much of an option there besides create a shit ton of work that we ain't gonna do. We definitely could have clipped it by now. Hear me out here, hear me out, okay? You pull that factory stuff back off, you just got 2 straight frame rails. We don't even have to pull the drivetrain out. We're gonna have to adapt some steering. That'll be some figuring out there. But I think we can still keep this mostly international. We can get the front set down, hammered low, riding good. We actually get brake parts. It's gonna steer good, drivable. It'll actually be drivable. If we want to take the Maypops back off and get a better suited tire that ain't 40 years old, then we could probably even take her on the highway if we wanted. So I'm kind of glad this happened, guys. This truck, I've kind of got a better vision and plan in place now. And it just took a week of suffering of trying to make old crap work. And all I did was ever prove my point. When I usually go into a build, like my Travelall, for instance, she had a leaf spring front and straight axle. What'd I do? I just got that crap out of there because I know it's worthless. I don't care how much you rebuild kingpins, how much you drop an axle, take and have it dropped. I don't care how many stabilizers you put on steering. That crap is never gonna ride and drive as good as this does. It just ain't gonna happen, guys. That old technology ain't gonna compete with this stuff. I don't care who says what and what says who. Well, I got a dropped axle and I just did a mono leaf and it slammed and I drive 80 everywhere on the highway. Not like that, you don't, all right? I drive 80 down the highway in reverse, cutting traffic, okay? Because it can handle it. Guys, I'm not really knocking anyone's setup. I was trying to do that on this truck, but I kind of just reproved my own point to myself that to me, it's not worth doing that. If we had that Mustang 2 here, I guarantee y'all, I would already had the suspension all figured out this last week. We'd probably be to the point of, you know, putting on like a new master cylinder and figuring out the steering. But instead, here we are just now making it to the point where I've kind of decided to do that. So, anyhow, I've got a plan, all right? We're gonna still keep this thing pretty bare bones. We're gonna put some independent front suspension. The rear
I think we're gonna put the leaf springs back together, and I'll probably end up flipping the axle. That way we've got a better spring rate in the back, which means she may need a little baby C-notch. We'll clean out the inside. She'll get a little teener sauce. We'll probably just do a basic seat covering on this. Maybe we'll glue some new material up as a headliner. And the goal will be to still keep the original engine, the 3 on the tree, the rear brakes. Hopefully we can get all that crap working, and we'll still have a pretty budget-friendly, little hot rod inspired, slam down, don't mess with me shop truck. Now, was that my greatest video ever? Perhaps not. Will that be my first video to get 1 million views? Highly doubt it. But did we do what we had to do to get dead what we were trying to get dead, and what we're trying to get dead may not worked and failed, so now we got a new plan of what needs done, and one day we'll get it dead. You damn right we did. You damn right. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm on the Instagrammer. I'm on the Patreon. Y'all know we got that good merchandise. You know what? Let's release some stuff. I'm feeling frisky. Let's release some stuff. Boom! Release number 1. Now we did this design on a gray shirt before, but this is on a black, which means you can work in it, get her dirty, and you're still gonna have a nice shirt. We got the old sombrero on the front, and this is our sausage wagon logo, which is guaranteed. If you're an introvert, okay, you probably don't want this shirt, because if you wear this somewhere, someone's gonna have a conversation with you. They see that happy little sausage on the back with a gold tooth, and they wanna know what that's about. Promise you. We were supposed to have these a long time ago, and we're just now got them recently. So anyhow, get you a happy little sausage to slap on your back. Y'all ain't seen anyone light up like on a Christmas morning when they whip open that new puddins.fab.shop shirt and you got the little wiener staring right back at you on his wagon. You know what? Shit the bed. I'm feeling frisky. Let's do it. Sausage wagon. Y'all want to talk about happy sausages? Look right here. My favorite color combo, that light blue and white. We have these in stock, so here's what we're gonna do. If someone feels frisky and they order both sausage wagon shirts, you get both of them, we're gonna give you all 4 sausage stickers with them 2 shirts. Boom, bang, bam, alakazam, and hot damn Uncle Sam. Throw you a little cute one in there. Maybe you slap her on a little toolbox or something, you know? Support the sausage, you get the sausage. Now, let's say you are a little introverted and you don't like engaging with people out in public. I understand, believe it or not. Boom, you just want them to know you're a hard worker. Then you want to hit them with that sitting on your ass, won't finish your project design, but in long sleeve, because y'all know it's about to get chilly out. That's right, this is our first time ever doing long sleeves. These are also Port & Company t-shirts, the same t-shirts we use on all of our shirts. So hopefully y'all like those. And that's it for now, but we got more right around the corner, guys. I think next week we need to finally get this thing out of our damn way. Been in here for a month on jack stands. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see you guys next time, but do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. Just ask that old long sleeve we're selling.